Dr. Bresky is our guest. We are talking about how to slow the progression of cognitive brain decline. You mentioned brain tune-up. What exactly is that?
Well, the brain has to be tuned up at age 50. When we start getting senior moments, the brain is showing you that it can't process information fast, cannot retain new information. If we do not do something at the senior moments, it will go on to be more severe and frequent as mild cognitive impairment, and then 10 to 15% convert to Alzheimer's. So when I see people very early, I do my 9-point program, all evidence-based. That's why Medicare covers it, and I get them to grow new brain cells, get them to be more efficient, to talk to each other better, and every one of the 9 points have to be done if the person is actually going to grow new brain cells and improve their memory.
And you brought some a CD there, I see, and a workbook. Explain that.
Yes. Well, I found out that if someone is at home with their husband and wife or mother and father, they don't want to go to a nursing home, they don't want to go to assisted living, but they want to start my program. So what I did is develop this book. It's a workbook with the music, art, with word games, all proven to work, and they could use this workbook, and then I will supply other brain exercises for them, and these will work if the person is having some agitated behavior, depression, walking, kicking, all these. I have music that will help them. Music therapies have been around for 5,000 years, Mike, and I'd rather use medication, very little, use more music therapy for depression and instead of antipsychotics.
I saw where you have 4 pillars of brain health.
Right. Yes, absolutely. People starting today, watching me on the show, if they want to have a bridge to future better brain health, they have to do 4 things: physical activity, mental activity, social activity, and good cardiovascular health. There is no pill that could do that for them. They have to do it. It takes work, but if they do it, they will have a much better senior years and their quality of life will be better.
You mentioned the 9-point system. We're going to put up those 9 points on our screen and really highlight the ones that I know physical exercise, you keep talking about that.
Right, absolutely. The number 1 is physical exercise. Everyone at any age could do some form of physical exercise. Even if they're sitting in a wheelchair, they could do something. And the key one is walking. I get my patients to walk 10 minutes 3 times a day. When they do that, the growth hormone, as I told you, in the brain stimulates the brain stem cells to replace cells that have been damaged by Alzheimer's or a stroke. It opens up their blood vessels so they can get more oxygen and glucose to the brain. It gets them to relax. If they're outside looking at nature, they're not worried about things, their anger. And so walking is one of the greatest things for depression. I'm against depression because depression kills brain cells. Chronic stress shrinks the middle of the brain, which is the center of memory.
How does Eat the Brain Tune-Up Way play into this?
Absolutely. We have to feed our brain the correct foods. And if somebody wants to know what's the diet, it's the Mediterranean diet. We now have the evidence that if people follow the Mediterranean diet, which is a food-oriented and a lifestyle, believe it or not, they lower their risk of Alzheimer's by 40%. We have to be in the risk avoidance business with Alzheimer's because a cure, if it comes, is going to be a long time away. So we have to manage our risks. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So my program is about prevention through delay.
And performing acts of kindness caught my eye.
Yes. If I'm a holistic doctor, the body, mind, and soul have to be healthy. And for the soul to be healthy, you have to have meaning and purpose in your life. So I have people doing acts of kindness for another human being, not hoping to get anything back in return, but to serve the needs of another. When I do that, their memory improves.
All right. We're going to put up a graphic, too, on how people can get to your website for more information. It's www.mybraintuneup.com.
Right, correct.
And what will they find on that website?
Right. When they go on the website, they'll find my book, and they could even download a free chapter on the physical exercise. It's so important. They'll also could see my workbook and my music therapy, and they'll learn about the brain. I have an information site about the brain, and they'll see where I'm speaking on. I do a lot of public speaking on in different media, and they could see that. But most importantly, they will get information.
And speaking of speaking engagements,
Right.
people can see you in person this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Carpelas Library there
right.
on 21 West Anapamoose Street, next to State Street
Right,
there.
just one block north of State Street, and I'll be there from 6 to 8, and the title of my talk is The Scientific Basis for Memory Improvement and Effective Caregiving. I hope to see everyone there.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. Fascinating subject, and it seems like we are making strides.
Yes, we are.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Well, that is our show for tonight. We will see you next week on In Focus.